Pros, save more on the materials you need to get the job done inside and out at Lowe's. Right now, get 10% off in-stock Trex Naturals decking, now available in more styles. Plus, get 15% off select custom entry, interior, and storm doors. Then, we'll deliver it all straight to your job site to help keep your jobs moving. Get the brands pros trust, priced right, and ready when you need them. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/27. While supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Hey guys, welcome to You the Boss Podcast, episode 74. I'm your host, Pam. And today we're going to be talking about limiting beliefs and how they keep you playing small. What if the thing holding you back isn't your talent or your abilities, but maybe something that you believe that you've never questioned? Everyone has limiting beliefs, so this isn't a situation of that something's wrong with you or that you have a flaw. It's just that it's conditioning. Limiting beliefs are stories, forms from past experiences, maybe your culture, your family, and from some fear. And the goal in life is not to be fearless. The goal is to continue and to be aware and to be intentional. So we're going to start out with defining limiting beliefs. As per Google, limiting beliefs are false negative convictions about yourself, others, or the world that restrict your potential, prevent personal growth, and stop you from achieving goals. This often stems from negative past experiences or a negative upbringing, and it operates subconsciously as self-sabotage. Limiting beliefs sound like, I'm not good at this, people like me don't make it in that field, I'll start when I feel more confident, I will look more into this, I have to do better research. Believing this way keeps you overthinking, and it makes you shrink your goals. It makes you stay comfortable, it makes you feel quote unquote safe, rather than making you grow, rather than pushing you out of your comfort zone. Your mind is trying to protect you, not propel you. Limiting beliefs show up in our everyday life. So maybe you've been a mom for a while and you start to still kind of revert back to a shell of not believing in yourself. For you, it might be you're staying in a relationship or a job or even hanging on to a friendship that no longer fits because you like the novelty of being at this job or being in this relationship or being in this friendship for X amount of time. Maybe you're waiting for the right time to have a conversation in these relationships. Or maybe things have started going well for you and it's all aligning, and then all of a sudden you're self-sabotaging because you still have this limiting belief and your subconscious is trying to prove to you that that limiting belief is true. This topic has come up a lot on this podcast, comparing yourself to others. I've done this. I've done comparison is a thief of joy in the very beginning of this podcast. And it guides with the same limiting belief that, you're behind because someone else is in front of you. And that also appears, playing small, it appears as you being responsible or you being quote unquote realistic. I've come up with a couple of tools to help guide you in these limiting beliefs and to help you rewrite them. So number one, catch the thought. Start noticing repetitive thoughts when you hesitate or when you feel stuck. Ask yourself, is this actually a fact or is this just a familiar story? Is this something that I actually believe or something that I'm using so that I can stay comfortable? Number two, name the origin. Where did this belief come from? Is it from a past failure? Is it from someone else's story? Is it a comment that someone made? Was it a childhood experience? Awareness weakens its grip on your beliefs. So when you're aware of something and you identify where it came from, you take power from it. Number three, flip the narrative. Replace the belief with a neutral or empowering reframe. So what that means is you're just going to give it a different wording. I'm bad at this to I'm learning this. If it's something that you're not great at, which is, by the way, normal because we're not born being great at anything, you're not bad at it. You're just learning. From I'm behind to my timing is my own. Flipping the narrative and reframing will help you start to move forward. Number 4, evidence audit. So list real life proof that contradicts the belief. Even small wins count. Your brain needs the receipts. It's funny, and I always bring this up like on social media because most people can relate to social media. You see these different things and people say, I have receipts, proof of your purchase. That's what a receipt is. When you prove to yourself that the small wins count, when you pull those up, those are your receipts. Those are the receipts for you to take back the power from that limiting belief. Your brain needs to actively see the contradiction to begin to believe otherwise, which is why I've talked about this, about vision boards, where it's important for you to also put something on there that maybe you're in the middle of achieving, because that's proof to your brain, like, look, you've already started to achieve that. Number 5, act before you believe. We've been talking about that the last couple of weeks of how there's more confidence in your action. Don't wait for confidence. Confidence doesn't show up. Take a small aligned action and let the belief catch up later. The belief that you're great at something comes long after you've started. It doesn't come when you have all the information on it. It doesn't come when you finally make the decision to have a conversation. It comes after the action. Confidence is built through movement, not through thinking. Maybe you're the type of person that's thinking, yeah, but I need to see it to believe it. Therefore, you can play tricks on yourself. You know that if for you to start to believe, you need to see it. So why don't you start to move like you've already achieved it? Why don't you start to push through that limiting belief so that way you can believe to see it? I'm going to recommend a book to you that has been powerful. I'm in the middle of it right now. It's not a book that I keep as a consistent read because I like to sometimes dabble between books. But this book has, small chapters. It has emotional clarity. It helps clarify self-sabotage and internal blocks without it being overwhelming. It helps you have a more clear concept. And that book is The Mountain Is You by Brianna Wiest, or Weist. I might have said that wrong. I will put it in the show notes as well. I do want you to take a moment this week. This episode is a little bit shorter than my usual. So I do want you to take some time, the extra time from listening, and I want you to take a moment to reflect. What belief am I living with that makes me feel small? What's one action that I can take this week as my higher self? When you pause to reflect, when you pause and take a moment to write these answers out, I want you to set a 5-minute timer. And I want you to write those things down. I want you to do a brain dump, per se. I find that writing things down or typing them in my phone, it helps me digest them better. It helps me kind of to see where it is that my brain is when it comes to answering a prompt like this. In closing, I want you to know that you don't need a new personality. You don't need a new brain. You don't need to become an extrovert to take care of your limiting beliefs. You just need a new story. You need the rewiring of it. You're not late. You're not behind. You're currently waking up from this story that has kept you asleep, that has kept you away from your highest self. You don't need a new personality. Again, you need a new story. You're the boss of your beliefs that you choose to keep. Before we end this episode, I want to encourage you to leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcasts. We are on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. Leave us a 5-star review. We definitely appreciate it. Thank you for listening. Come back again next week for another episode of You the Boss podcast.